Imagine working a full 40-hour week, finishing your shift on Friday, and then realizing you cannot access a single dollar of that money for another 2 full weeks. That is the reality for tens of millions of workers bound to traditional biweekly payroll cycles. But life does not operate on a 2-week delay. Rent comes due, car tires blow out, medical emergencies happen, and grocery bills cannot be paused until payday. For decades, when an unexpected bill hit before payday, people turned to high-interest payday loans, overdraft fees, or credit cards, digging themselves into deeper financial holes. Then came DailyPay and the rise of earned wage access, or EWA. Suddenly, workers could push a button on an app after finishing a shift and instantly transfer the money they had already earned directly into their bank account. It feels like magic. It feels like a public service. But DailyPay is not a charity. It is a massive, highly valued fintech company processing billions of dollars in volume. So how does DailyPay actually make money? How does a platform that purports to save people from predatory financial traps build a multi-billion-dollar business model of its own? To understand where the money comes from, you first have to understand how DailyPay operates behind the scenes. DailyPay does not lend money in the traditional sense, and it is not a payday loan. When you take out a payday loan, a lender gives you money based on future income you might earn, charging astronomical interest rates that routinely exceed 300% APR. DailyPay takes a completely different path. They integrate directly into a company's human capital management and payroll software, systems like ADP, Workday, or UKG. Every time an employee clocks in and clocks out, that time card data feeds straight into DailyPay's algorithm. DailyPay calculates gross earnings, subtracts estimated taxes and withholdings, and calculates an available balance, representing wages already earned but not yet paid. If an employee wants $100 of that balance today, DailyPay fronts the cash out of its own reserves. Then, when the actual payday arrives, the employer sends the employee's regular paycheck to DailyPay first. DailyPay deducts the advanced funds, and the remaining balance lands in the worker's bank account. Because the money transferred was already earned, DailyPay avoids being legally categorized as a traditional lender in many jurisdictions, which exempts it from standard credit laws and interest rate caps. This brings us to DailyPay's primary engine room revenue stream: user transaction fees. When a worker logs into the DailyPay app to access their money, they are typically met with a choice. If they want their money routed via standard ACH transfer, which takes 1 to 3 business days, the service is usually free. But most people using an earned wage access app need cash right now, not in 3 days. If they want an instant transfer to their bank account or debit card, DailyPay charges a flat fee, usually ranging between $1.99 and $2.99 per transaction. On paper, a $2 or $3 fee sounds negligible. It feels like an ATM fee. For a worker trying to save every dollar, free instant access is a no-brainer. So how does DailyPay make money if the transfer is free? Through interchange fees. Every single time a consumer swipes a debit or credit card at a store or enters their card number online, the merchant pays a processing fee, typically around 1 to 2% of the total transaction. That fee is split between the payment processor, the card network like Visa or MasterCard, and the card issuer, which in this case is DailyPay and its partner bank. By converting users from one-off instant transfers into active cardholders who deposit their paychecks and spend daily through the Friday card, DailyPay stops extracting $2.99 upfront and starts collecting a percentage cut on every cup of coffee, tank of gas, and grocery run the user makes. It transitions DailyPay from a simple transfer utility into a full-fledged neobank. The third major piece of the revenue puzzle shifts the cost away from the employee and onto the employer. DailyPay operates as a B2B2C business, meaning they sell to businesses to reach consumers. For enterprise employers like Target, McDonald's franchisees, or hospital networks, employee turnover is an absolute killer. Replacing an hourly worker can cost thousands of dollars in recruiting, onboarding, and lost productivity. DailyPay pitches itself to corporate HR executives not as a loan service, but as a talent retention and recruitment tool. Companies that offer daily pay report significant drops in turnover and faster hiring times because job seekers actively favor positions that offer flexible pay. Because of this tremendous return on investment, DailyPay charges enterprise clients SaaS subscriptions, integration fees, and premium platform costs for access to advanced workforce analytics and custom HR tools. In some corporate arrangements, employers even subsidize or completely cover the instant transfer fees for their staff as an employee wellness perk, paying DailyPay directly so the workers pay zero. When central bank interest rates are high, the yield on this floating cash pool translates into millions of dollars in effortless, high-margin revenue. When you stack all these layers together, the brilliance of DailyPay's business model becomes clear. They took an age-old administrative constraint, the arbitrary 2-week pay cycle, and monetized the friction of waiting. They make money when a worker pays for speed. They make money when a worker swipes their branded card. They make money when an enterprise employer pays for higher retention. And they make money on the interest earned while holding the funds along the way. Earned wage access has fundamentally disrupted how the modern workforce thinks about money. It provides real relief to people living paycheck to paycheck, offering a safer exit ramp away from predatory lenders. But as DailyPay continues to grow into a financial giant, understanding these underlying revenue streams reminds us of a basic truth in fintech. Convenience always carries a price tag, and whenever cash moves faster, someone is building a lucrative business on the pipeline.